Hey, listeners, this is Christy Powell with Women Talk Construction. We are so glad to be back here again this week, and we have some exciting guests on. Kelly and Jimmy from Kahn. They are part of ABC Carolinas. We absolutely love them. Kelly's very integrated into NAWIC as well. We just met Jimmy today for the first time, and we're really excited. There's just a couple of things that he said that I was like, yes. Mm-hmm. So we're really excited about talking about his allyship in the construction industry. Thank you so much. We are so excited that you are both here today. Angela, I'm glad you're here with me as usual. And it is late in the afternoon on this recording. So Angela and I at least are a couple of goofballs today. So
we are.
Apologies in advance. So we're excited to hear Kelly and Jimmy's story, talk about culture, mentorship, and journeys in the construction industry. Thank you for being here, Jimmy and Kelly.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, why don't you just share, your names, your titles, who you work for, and then we'll get started with the questions.
Okay. My name is Kelly Wyatt. I am a project manager with Kahn Construction, and I started with them in January of 2017.
Cool.
My name is Jimmy Kaphusman. I'm a project director with Kahn, and I've been here just going on 3 years right now.
Awesome.
Perfect. Woohoo! Kahn.
Yes. And we love the cool school they're building right now in Orange County. Right. Orangeburg. County. That's California. That sounds good right now.
Which we've been to. And
there you go.
Oh, yes. We loved it.
Yes. That project is amazing. Very cool.
We love job site tours. So, but let's kick this off with mentorship and support. And Kelly, how did mentorship look like in your relationship? What was asked for, what was offered, and what specific actions made the biggest difference in your growth? Because I feel like other women and men need to hear this because they're all eager to maybe even move up in a company or move to another department. How did that look for you?
So when I started at Kahn, I had a very different array of projects that I worked on for about my first 6 years here. And I took an opportunity to get to know some higher level people in our company and, kind of just on the back burner, use them as my mentor. I had a personal conversation. They weren't necessarily assigned to me by anybody or anything like that, but I did take the opportunity to do that. When Jimmy came along, we actually worked on a project in Saluda County. They actually are over Jimmy and his team are over the entire program now, but he was helping me out with two specific jobs that were slightly challenging. And I appreciated that when I got told that he was going to be kind of, I don't want to say over me, but with me and kind of helping me and being a helping hand. It was a breath of fresh air because one project in particular was very challenging. And I needed some help. And before him, I didn't have it.
That's awesome.
Awesome. That is awesome. So some of the things that we talked about before we pushed the record button was workplace culture, right? And you guys had some pretty cool things to say. So I'd love to hear how have you built your strong relationships right together, and how are you? It sounds like, Kelly, you're taking a different approach to earning workplace respect than some of the other females that we have met over the years. Tell us a little bit about that workplace respect in a male-dominated or populated, is what I like to say, environment. And Jimmy, you tell us a little bit about what can make male allies better in the day-to-day and make it easier and more normal for everyone, not just women, right? We have loads of different ethnicities on our job sites now. So how do you two do that? I would love to hear.
So I'll start with that one. One of the things, probably about my third year in Kahn, I was actually pushed into by our executive vice president, our division manager, and our second in command, which are both males. And I was pushed into joining ABC and NAWIC at the same time. They said, you need to get out there. You need to get to learn the people in our industry, especially since my background, aside from these 10 years that I've been with MBCon, is not construction. So I really was starting from the ground up. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know any architects. I didn't know any engineers. I really didn't know the roles that those people played in construction. So I took it upon myself after, they kind of pushed me into that to say, you know what, if I'm going to do this, let's do it. Like, we've got to really get out there, attend the meetings, attend the events, and put myself out there, walk up to people you don't know, and to a group of people that are sitting there talking. And that's real uncomfortable for me. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care to do that. But I've been doing it. And, I really feel like it's helped me earn respect, obviously in a male dominated environment, but earn respect in general, which is equally as important as
absolutely
being respected by the male species. You put yourself out there and you get what you give, basically. And you make yourself known, you let people know who you are, what you're here for, and you kind of just take it day by day.
Yes. Love that. Thank you, Kelly.
Well, if you can't tell yet, I have a little more of a hands-off approach when it comes to both life and management, and maybe a podcast as well. But I've done here with Kelly and with other women on the team at various projects is just be there to support. But it's not just women; it's everyone. It's the whole team.
Right.
You asked how can we foster a culture that brings that into the workplace? Well, it's all about a level of respect, no matter who it is. It doesn't matter, again, if it's a male, female, whatever. Anyone on the job site, don't talk down to them. Don't mansplain something to someone. Everyone understands stuff out there at different levels. You got entry level people. You got people like Kelly that have been in the industry for 10 plus years that know just as much as I do on certain topics. But you're just there to support and get out there and be there when people have questions.
I love that.
And I think one more thing I'll tag on to that is that, one thing that MBCon has always fostered is you're a team. Your success individually ultimately is your team's success. And vice versa. Your team that you may not have a single thing to do with on a different project, that success of theirs is ultimately the success of your company. If you have different divisions like we do, it's a win-win for all. This is not an industry, especially for MBCon, that you operate individually. Everybody is a team.
I love that. And it's really not rocket science, right? And you wonder sometimes why more organizations aren't doing the same. I mean, collaboration is the key to success.
Collaboration and communication.
Yes. I forgot that one.
But you hear that one a lot too, communication.
Yes.
So the next topic is one that I think all industries are talking about right now, and that's innovation and technology, right? And it's certainly impacting the world of construction. And so, Jimmy, this question's kind of directed at you first, is how has technology, and that's drones, BIM, automation, reality capture, which I really don't even know what that is. So if you want to explain that, please do, has changed the work that you do. And do you think it's opening more doors for women in construction and creating new barriers? And even it could be opening more doors for women, for others that speak different languages, right? Because we're seeing that more languages are understood now. All of it. How is it changing our world?
Technology is leveling the playing field, is what I like to think. There's certain people that can do certain tasks that maybe before couldn't. The translation was a great example that you brought up right there. Being able to communicate with certain trades that may not, have the same speak the same language as me or Kelly. Even technology with equipment. I mean, there's stuff now with exoskeletons where someone can lift the same, block or cement bags or whatever that someone else can that maybe prior to wasn't able to. But the technology with the drones, with all that, anyone can be out there flying a drone.
Right.
It's not all about construction in the past where it was, the strongest, toughest person was going to be the one who was going to be out there doing the job. That's not what it is anymore. It's the person that's most driven to do the job is going to find a way to do it. And there's technology out there that allows for that.
Yeah, and it's changing the world of safety too.
It's so cool. It is so cool to see. And I've spent 26 years in the field and never got to see any kind of innovation. Like people were like, "You're really emailing and not faxing." So, I mean, I literally spent, and I didn't see anything like I was usually the one explaining to people why you should email and not fax, right? Like I was trying to tell my male counterparts, like, why are you driving that quote to the job site? Like there are fax machines, there are emails.
I think what I would also say to women that look at construction and automatically think, oh, this is manual labor. And obviously it's a fact that men are stronger than women. I mean, that's just a fact. And what I don't want is for women to look at construction and push it to a side and say, there's nothing here for me.
Right.
There's nothing that I can contribute to this company because I'm going to be out on a job site and I don't know what's expected of me. Like I encourage you to look at all of the aspects of construction, because even with larger companies like our own, we have a whole HR division, we have administration, we have accounting, we have and even into our project management and out in the field, we have females that are project engineers, we have assistant project managers, we have my project manager female counterparts. And it's just, I encourage all women to know that construction is not just manual physical labor.
Yes, it's an amazing industry to be in. I absolutely love it. And the fact that more people don't know about it and know the opportunities and the options that they have is it's literally why we started the podcast 4 years ago. So I'm going to switch this question up a little bit. This challenges and opportunities. I didn't love the wording on this. We do ask AI to help us with questions sometimes, especially because we want to be politically correct. We want to be kind. We want to be positive. But what we were talking about challenges here, and I'm just going to ask, what are the most common challenges all people still face today in the construction industry? Not just women, especially the ones where people are minimized. So Angela and I have done a lot of research on suicide awareness. We talk about it a lot. We talked about it on our TEDx. There are more men in the construction industry that die in construction from suicide than all of the other industries put together. And it is not women, it's men, right? So this is one of the things I'd love to hear your thoughts about. And the fact that we are minimizing people on job sites is part of that, right? We know that for a fact. We've done the research on it. What's one practical change or habit that a company can put into place that's going to that seems like the norm, but's going to create immediate improvement on our job sites and with people and culture, like we talked about earlier?
That's a great question. You did change that one up, so I wasn't ready for that one.
Sorry. Sorry.
It is a culture. That's what it comes down to. It's as simple as getting to know your coworkers. Well, how do you do that? Mm-hmm. You're not going to be out there, hanging sheetrock, talk to them about how their weekend was typically. Take the time to get to know people before work, after work. Go get lunch. With MECon, we try and do site lunches, a couple times a year. We do safety lunches. We award safety, culture on the project. If you're safe, we're going to get the whole job set together, sit down, have lunch, but you're breaking bread together as a group, right? You're getting the chance to sit there for 30 minutes and talk to your coworkers, hopefully your friends. Yes. I do like to think that I do work. I spend more time at work than I do at home. So I should like the people I work with. Hopefully Kelly does too. But I think fostering that type of culture, as simple as that, just getting to know people, would maybe take that. And maybe someone will say something to you that you picked up on that they maybe didn't even mean to say, or maybe they have no one to say it to. Maybe they go home and the only thing waiting for them at home is a goldfish or a dog, or
Right.
nothing's waiting for them. And you were the one person that they had something to say to. So just taking the time to listen to people, I think could really open up, avenues for that.
And appreciation, I feel like, goes a long way. Sometimes, you get people on your job site that you might not hear 5 words out of their mouth. They might be extremely shy, but if you can put your, make the first move, if you will, you'd be surprised how many people would open up just because they didn't want to make the first move. Or they felt intimidated, or, they were nervous around you, or nervous around this many people, because our job sites can, we can get out. I know right now I've got about 100 guys on site. It can be intimidating if you're, whether you're new or old school construction. You never know what people are going through. You never know what they're dealing with. And, if like Jimmy said, if you can be a listening ear, and, that person may have just been waiting for someone to open up to them and say, hey, I just need a listening ear.
Yes. I love that. Great. That's easy. It's easy, right? Just be a good human.
Yes.
Kindness goes a long way. And that's something we can do immediately, right? To make the job sites better. Thank you for both your thoughts on that. And sorry, I switched up the conversation a little.
But look at here. Jimmy said he wasn't a podcaster. I think he jumped right into that. Yes, he is. You know what? Since we have probably 1 more minute left, I'm going to go ahead and ask Kelly this last question. So you got a minute, and then we're going to wrap this up. But so we're going to talk about the journey and the career path. Looking back, what are the key turning points in your career path that help you get to the next level?
Okay. So, as I said, I've been with Kahn for, this is my 10th year. When I first started, I did start from the very bottom. I started actually as pretty much an administrative assistant. I was not located in our corporate office. So I was on, a large program, on the other side of the state, which I moved to. And, I did my due diligence and my time there. I learned the paperwork side of construction, the accounting, a little bit of the HR, the contracts, the change orders. And then about year 3, I was asked if I was interested in going into the field, and one thing led to another. I went into the field. It was at that point that I mentioned my mentor that I did have, that I kind of made my own mentor. And he and I worked together for about the next 3 years. I moved up from admin to a project engineer, and then to assistant PM. And this is my 5th year as project manager.
Wow.
That's amazing. And you know what? I want to highlight for all you young folks that are listening to this podcast is you can make your own way in this industry. You can do whatever you want to do. You just have to put your mind to it, and you have to learn and ask questions. Like, don't be shy. Go find your own mentor. I just took this job. I'm not going to tell how old I am, but I just took this job for ABC Carolinas, and I didn't have a mentor. I went and found 2. I'm like, you're going to be my mentor, Kay. You're going to be my mentor, Kay. It wasn't really like that, but don't wait around, right? Start working and advocating for yourself. I love that, Kelly. Like, you stepped in, you did the thing. And the other thing you did, which I absolutely love, and I am so this girl too, say yes to everything. What do you got to lose? Somebody gives you an opportunity, say yes. It may not be the prettiest thing you've ever thought of, but just think about what you're going to add to your resume, right? Be thinking about who you want to be someday, right? Not just this next little spot. That may not be it forever. It's probably not it forever. But when you're younger, you're not thinking like that. And I think it's really important, Kelly, that you be able to share such a big transition over a 10-year period of time. It's awesome.
Well, I was at a point when I started at Kahn that, I was kind of spinning my wheels. I was in a completely different field of work. And, I went into this saying, hey, I know zero about construction, but here we go. Let's see where this goes.
Let's do it, man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Or woman.
Yes.
And look at what happens. You bump into great allies like Jimmy.
That's right.
That's
That's
what
right.
happens in this industry. So
Absolutely. I'm certainly grateful for him.
Yes, and I'm so glad you actually shared that last point, Christy, about Kelly's, because a lot of times we find women transitioning into construction because they're tired and burnt out of the other industries. And Kelly is a great example of that.
Yeah.
And Jimmy is a great example of supporting her. So Kelly, your journey proves it's never too late to build a career. And oh my gosh, look at how far you've already come in just a short period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, that pivot story is awesome. And then of course having the perspective of your ally Jimmy here too, who's now a great podcaster,
yes,
has been amazing. So we're gonna wrap this up today, but we want to give y'all a chance to share with our audience how anyone can reach out to each of you. So Kelly, why don't you start first and let our audience know how they can reach you?
Absolutely. So my cell phone number is 704-796-3698. And our emails are very similar as far as the domain. It's Wyatt, WYATT, at mbcahn.com.
And Jimmy.
Yeah. If anyone wants to reach me, just look for me on LinkedIn, Jimmy Kaphusman. Not very many Jimmy Kaphusmans out there, I promise you. Or my email, like Kelly's J, and then my last name at mbcahn.com.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
Yes,
I mean,
what
a great story. And, you're just making a big difference in the lives of people in the construction industry. And we really appreciate you. If we can ever do anything to help you, please let us know.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.